Sophie's World. Sophie's World by Jostein Gaarder is more than a novel. It is both a fascinating story and a living classroom of philosophy. It has captivated readers around the globe, young and old alike, by introducing them to the great history of human thought in a way that is imaginative, clear, and deeply engaging. The story begins with Sophie Amundsen, a 15-year-old girl living a quiet, ordinary life in Norway. Just before her 16th birthday, Sophie discovers a strange letter in her mailbox. The letter contains only one question: "Who are you?" This short, almost childlike question opens the doorway to Sophie's new journey. Soon, another letter arrives with an even greater mystery. Where does the world come from? These questions unsettle and inspire her. She learns that they come from a mysterious philosopher named Alberto Knox, who secretly becomes her teacher. Alberto's purpose is to guide Sophie step by step through the history of philosophy, teaching her that true philosophy is not about memorizing facts, but about daring to ask questions that challenge our understanding of the world. Together, Sophie and Alberto embark on a remarkable intellectual adventure. The ancient world. Their journey begins in ancient Greece. Socrates, who never wrote down his ideas, taught through dialogue, constantly questioning others to reveal the limits of their knowledge. His lesson was that wisdom begins with realizing how little we know. Plato, Socrates' student, spoke of the world of eternal forms or ideas, claiming that the reality we see is only a shadow of a deeper truth. Aristotle, Plato's student, turned his attention to the natural world, creating systems of logic and categorization that shaped science and philosophy for centuries. The Middle Ages and the dawn of modern thought. From there, Sophie explores the Middle Ages, when philosophers like St. Augustine and Thomas Aquinas worked to reconcile Christian faith with Greek philosophy. They believed reason could support faith, not oppose it. Later, in the Renaissance and Enlightenment, Sophie meets philosophers who shifted the focus back to human reason and experience. René Descartes, who searched for certainty in an age of doubt and concluded, "I think, therefore I am." John Locke, who described the mind as a blank slate, shaped entirely by experience. David Hume, who argued that human knowledge is always limited, since it rests on habits of thought, not absolute certainty. Modern philosophy. The journey continues with the giants of modern philosophy. Immanuel Kant, who tried to unite reason and experience, arguing that while our senses shape what we know, our minds also contribute structures that make knowledge possible. Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, who saw history as a great dialectical process where contradictions drive progress and development. Karl Marx, who applied philosophy to society, arguing that history is the story of class struggle and that economic systems shape human consciousness. Friedrich Nietzsche, who proclaimed the death of God, warning that traditional values had lost their power, and urging humanity to create new values of its own. Soren Kierkegaard, who emphasized personal faith, passion, and the leap of faith beyond reason. Jean-Paul Sartre, who argued that humans are condemned to be free, that we must take full responsibility for creating meaning in a world without predetermined purpose. Through these lessons, Sophie realizes that philosophy is not just a list of theories. Each philosopher is part of an ongoing dialogue about what it means to be human, about truth, freedom, morality, and existence itself. The twist in the story. But Sophie's journey is not only intellectual. Slowly, she begins to sense that something strange surrounds her world. Eventually, she discovers the astonishing truth. She herself is a character in a book. Her life, her thoughts, Even her friendship with Alberto are part of a novel being written by a man named Albert Nag as a gift for his daughter Hilda. This revelation shakes Sophie's sense of reality. If she is only a character, then are her choices truly her own? Is her freedom real, or just an illusion crafted by her author? The discovery raises questions that mirror the deepest concerns of philosophy itself. Are human beings free, or are we bound by destiny? Is there an unseen author of our universe? Do we create meaning, or is it given to us from outside? The search for freedom. In the final chapters, Sophie and Alberto attempt to break free from the boundaries of their fictional existence. Their struggle becomes symbolic of philosophy itself, the constant human effort to break free from old patterns, old assumptions, and old limits in search of truth and freedom. A novel of questions, not answers. In the end, Sophie's World is more than just a story or a history book. It is a bridge between philosophy and everyday life, showing that philosophy belongs not only to professors and scholars, but to anyone who dares to ask, who am I? Why am I here? What is the meaning of life? The timeless message of the novel is this: philosophy is not about having all the answers. It is about keeping our sense of wonder alive and finding the courage to ask the questions that give life its meaning.